Louisiana Beer Reviews, DuClaw, the PastryArchy Candy Cane Imperial Stout. 7.5% alcohol, 30 bitterness units. Brewed in New Jersey by DuClaw. A beautifully dark Imperial Stout with a tan head that's as tasty as it is inviting. Come on in from the cold and slide into the holidays. Well, last year, 2024 holidays, with cool notes of peppermint, roasty, malts, and deep chocolate. This was canned on the 305th day of 2024. Some people are saying it's discontinued, but the website's still up. So, New Jersey made, 1 pint. Ale with lactose and natural flavor. I bought this at a local craft beer outlet for $1. They're trying to get rid of it. It's probably $4.99. So it's a clear aluminum can with a adhesive paper label. It was introduced in 2020. They use Pilsner malt, roasted barley, dark chocolate malt, Crystal 120. Those are the malted barleys, and they also use flaked oats. Those are the barley, because roasted barley I don't think is malted. They use Chinook hops, Tahitian vanilla beans, regular vanilla, mint, and lactose. It gets an 88 on Beer Advocate, so they're saying it's very good. And a 75 on Untapped, which would translate to about an 85 on Beer Advocate. So people like it. There are a few video reviews, which I intend to watch. I haven't watched any of them yet, nor have I read any of the written reviews. Hopefully it's not too windy out here for this review, because we've been having wind for about 2 weeks now, and it's been disrupting reviews outside, as you probably noticed. Okay. Yeah, thin, beige head, and a dark brown appearance. DuClaw was established in Baltimore County, Maryland. 1996. In 2023, they were bought out. They sort of failed as a company. And instead of going out of business, they were bought out by a New Jersey company, and all their operations moved to Ewing, New Jersey. It wasn't long before, about a year before that, we started getting their beers. Right before the change. But I've liked most of the stuff all of the stuff I've tried from them. They seem to focus on stouts. Smells very chocolatey and very dark roasted, very dessert. It's warm, approaching hot today, and windy and humid, so probably not really a good beer for this time of the year, honestly. Looks nice, and it smells terrific. The natural flavors are obviously the mint. Heavy on the mint. Roasted barley, vanilla. Yeah, I think what they're pushing for is for it to mimic those Andes mints, which are like thin mints. Chocolate on the top, dark chocolate on the top, dark chocolate on the bottom, and a green mint in the middle. And they have like a logo that's trying to mimic the Andes mountains, get it? But this is similar to that, definitely. It tastes a whole lot like the Andes mints, which I love. I always did love them as a child, because they taste, they taste so good. That dark chocolate and the strong mint. So candy cane. A candy cane is the confectionery sugar in mint, right? And it's hardened. It's got the ribbons through it, so yeah, I don't know about the candy cane. Half of it. More like the Andes thin mints, but they might have wanted to steer clear of that, thinking they might face some legal trouble. So they could have called it like holiday season mint something. Bitterness is there, but it's not too profound. So 2.5 out of 5. Not hop cones. Here's sirens. It's more like 2.5 out of 5 charcoal briquettes, you know, like the roastedness, like the char. Now let's see about the sweetness. It's even, perhaps, not even, but perhaps it's less sweet than it is charred or bitter. I'm gonna say 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes, but it might be less than that. The mouthfeel is thin, the body's thin, so it's more like a porter than a stout, but we've been talking about that for years, myself and other beer tasting people, that stouts these days are more like, really like porters, not stout porters, but it's got the ABV at least, but I think it's more like an imperial porter, but they don't like that. They're reluctant to put that on the cans and bottles for some reason. They want to say everything is a stout. There is a little velvetiness in the mouthfeel, honestly, which is strange because you'd think if it's that thin, it wouldn't have a velvety mouthfeel, right? But it does seem to have a little bit of that. Finish is mostly dry. Well, yeah, candy cane, I would say nah, only halfway. Andes mints all the way. So, but like I said, they might have been trying to steer clear of that just to avoid trouble. But so they probably would do better with very dark brown with that lime green middle and more dark brown. But like I say, that's asking for it. So, but they're kind of referencing that cool notes of peppermint, roasty, malts, and deep chocolate. I think that's definitely what they're going after, and candy cane does not have that. So it could have been just a situation where they needed to do this to avoid, like I'm saying, to avoid trouble. But candy cane is not trademarked. I don't even see an indication of the PastryArchy being trademarked. I would assume DuClaw is trademarked, but I'm not seeing any indication of that. So, crazy. All right, so a great stout. It's not just a B+, no way. It's an A all the way, even with those strange qualifications, you know, those. But I don't mind that. I don't know. Maybe I mind it, but I can see why. But anyway, so aside from the name, which is a little deceptive, but probably by design, I'm going to say 9.3 out of 10. A most excellent beer. Hopefully the wind didn't obscure the audio in this video or disrupt it, but I have a feeling now that it did. I thought the wind was more higher up in the trees, but now I'm feeling like it's coming low. But 9.3 out of 10, a fabulous product. I only bought one can for $1 because I didn't know how it was going to taste, but now I wish I'd have bought all the cans. Maybe I'll pass by there this weekend coming up and see what else I got for $1, because you can't really go wrong with that. What risk is there? It's not much. So, laissez-les, bon temps relais. I'm going to end this review of this most excellent so-called stout. That's another reason why you could maybe lower the score, because it's more like a porter. But by saying y'all go to Ewing, New Jersey and take a brewery tour.